What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and not even May the 4th can stop Lucasfilm employees from what they do best, talking down to the fans. And then, when they get called out, when they get absolutely destroyed, they run and they play victim. That's exactly what Freddie Prinze Jr. is doing. Freddie Prinze Jr., a completely irrelevant hack who's probably bitter because his wife is far more influential and successful than he will ever be, is back at it, talking down to Star Wars fans and getting destroyed for it. I think I put it pretty simply here when I retweeted him. Freddie Prinze Jr. is a piece of shit, and he absolutely is, and has been for quite some time. Now, Freddie Prinze Jr. was in Rebels. He was the voice actor for Kanan Jarrus. He recently made a cameo in The Bad Batch. I haven't watched it because, again, I don't really care about Disney, Star Wars, and the products they're putting out, especially when it's something centered around the Clone Wars with Dave Filoni heading it. And shocker, the first episode was just a bunch of cameos that were continuity breaking. That shouldn't really surprise anyone. But one of the cameos was Freddie Prinze Jr. as a very young Kanan Jarrus back when he was a Padawan named Caleb Dune. And some people, weren't too happy with his performance. And I did hear a clip of it. It sounded really, really bad and really, really off-putting. Someone called him out. Your voiceover took me out of The Bad Batch. Great scene, terrible voiceover. I don't know why Star Wars still uses you. Hashtag Revenge of the Fifth. Now, that dude did come out and go after him, so Freddie decides to retweet him because he is very self-conscious about it. He is very upset about it and very bitter because, again, he's not really relevant that often. This is some of the only work that he gets, to be honest with you. He says, because I'm damn good. Now you know. Ha ha ha. Someone responds, and this is where it happens because Freddie Prinze Jr. likes to pretend like, man, it's just Twitter. I'm not all about this. I don't really like to pile on people. I don't really like to hero worship. None of that. This guy says, lol, if only he had someone to talk to, maybe he wouldn't be some bitter loner tweeting from his basement. I doubt it, but hey. Freddie responds, Twitter's a place where people come to hate and hero worship. I don't care about either side of it. As you can see, that ratio is there. He got ratioed on this because of heel versus babyface. Comes in with the smackdown. But you hypocrite. You are all too happy to jump on the Gina Carano hate bandwagon. Piss off back to Hollywood, you utter fake. Demolishes him, ratios the fuck out of him, as he deserves it. Now, what is he talking about? What is Az talking about? Well, he's talking about this gif. When Gina Carano, when it was announced that she was not working with Star Wars anymore, that she was fired, Freddie Prinze Jr. joined in with a lot of other Lucasfilm employees celebrating it. Did a girl bye gif. Everyone knew exactly what it meant, and he even acknowledges that this is exactly what he meant by it, because he follows it up. Bro, it was a gem in the hologram gif. That shit was funny. Grow up, right? Well, again, this didn't work out very well for Freddie Prinze Jr. 97 comments, 13 likes. Now, this is a guy who has 150,000 followers, is a verified account. People know his name, again, even though he hasn't been relevant in a very, very long time. You look at these comments, he's getting absolutely demolished. Now, there's some people that are saying, oh, you think violence against women is funny? I think that's dumb. This is obviously not what he meant. He didn't actually mean, because if you play the gif, it's the slapping gif. That's not what he meant. It's not about violence against women. He is just celebrating the fact that someone got canceled. That is what Freddie Prinze Jr. was doing. This is not the first time that Freddie Prinze Jr. has been outspoken against Star Wars fans or gotten into arguments with Star Wars fans before. However, one of the first videos that really took off for me on this channel was when Freddie Prinze Jr. decided to say that Star Wars fans are just mad because a girl got the Millennium Falcon. And he's saying that you're racist. He's saying that you're sexist. And he's saying you should just get over it. That's a rant that Freddie Prinze Jr. went on because, again, he's not very smart. He says that Dave Filoni taught him all about the Force, which might explain a lot why his information was so inaccurate. You can go watch that if you want, but he got a lot of blowback for that. A lot of blowback for talking shit to Star Wars fans. A Lucasfilm employee talking down to their fans. A very common thread that we've seen over and over and over again. And then he responded with this after that happened. Y'all make response videos just long enough to get monetized on YouTube, then want to debate credibility and respect like you're a real one, when all you're doing is trying to make money off of someone and something else. To quote Ed Lover, come on, son. Mouth zip shut. That is probably something you should do. You should probably keep your mouth shut, Freddie, because every time you open it, you become more and more hypocritical. We're going to get to why talking about monetized videos on YouTube is hypocritical for Freddie Prinze Jr. Just you wait, but we're not there yet. Oh my God, this dude is such a fucking idiot. In a follow-up tweet, he talked about Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. You referring to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, I assume? This dude's a fucking pussy, too. I'm not even gonna get into this guy, Will Brock, today. Freddie Prinze says, I don't know who that is. It's a broad tweet to cover all the dildos that like to talk tough. This, of course, got ratioed because every time Freddie Prinze Jr. comes out and talks shit about Star Wars fans, he gets rightfully destroyed. So shout out to Az. Shout out to Az for legitimately wrecking him. Absolutely wrecking him, because this is the reason it happened. Because Az responded and he decided to respond to Az. But he wasn't done. Freddie Prinze Jr. is still talking today, and I wasn't going to make a video until I saw this. He comes with the same comeback that he had a year and a half ago, after talking shit about Star Wars fans, after celebrating Gina Carano being fired. He can try to obfuscate it as much as he wants. He can try to pretend like, oh, it's just a funny gift. No. You are celebrating someone getting fired for a different political opinion. You are a bitch-made piece of shit, Freddie Prinze Jr. But he puts this out. Pro tip, if you use all big letters when you get mad at me, your favorite YouTuber might shout you out in a video just long enough for monetization. Now, I don't know why he is so obsessed with YouTube and monetization. First of all, you can put like a minute-long video out there and it's monetized. Maybe Freddie Prinze Jr. doesn't understand that. That might explain why Freddie Prinze Jr.'s YouTube channel is so fucking miserable. Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. Freddie Prinze Jr. has a YouTube channel. It's called Geghead, and it has miserable interaction. He has hidden his subscriber count because he doesn't want to be embarrassed with how many subscribers he has compared to the very, very low interaction that he gets. You can just see his most recent uploads. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's take a look. Ooh, man, 473 views, 618 views, 700, 600, 1.1K. Congratulations. You broke that 1K mark there, buddy. 1.4. Oh, 41. Now, to be fair, it's not always Freddie Prinze Jr. on this podcast. You know, Freddie Prinze Jr. runs this YouTube channel with a lot of other different people that are producing content. I would say it's failing, but good job, Freddie. You know, good job at getting out there and doing your thing, man. Now, you were really critical of people monetizing content, though, weren't you? 2 times in the past year and a half, he has talked about people and tried to shame them for monetizing YouTube videos. Isn't that weird? I mean, if we click on your channel, Freddie, if we click on this video, it's not going to be monetized, is it? I mean, that'd be really hypocritical if it was. Oh wait,
dogs.
Oh wait, is this an ad? This is an ad, Freddie. Now hold on, man. You can't tell me that you have ads running on your YouTube channel when you're calling out people that monetize YouTube videos and talk about you. That's strange, isn't it? That's very strange. It must have been a complete mistake. Either that or Freddie Prinze Jr. is a loser, hypocritical, has-been bitch. Yeah, that's probably it. It's probably the latter. Freddie Prinze Jr. is a piece of shit. He is mad and bitter that he's irrelevant, and he'll take any type of opportunity to capitalize that and try to prove that he's better than someone, when we all know that he is not. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. I want to hear all your thoughts about Freddie Prinze Jr. I will say, I don't want anyone to go over to his YouTube channel or the YouTube channel that he helps run, Geghead. It's not worth going over there to give them any interaction. I don't want anyone going and dislike bombing their videos or trying to pile on Freddie Prinze. I just wanted to make that very clear. I don't condone anything like that before anyone tries to suggest otherwise. But do let me know exactly your thoughts about the bitch Freddie Prinze Jr. in my comments section. That way he doesn't have to see it, even though we probably know he'll watch this video. Let me know in the comments, smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, this monetized video, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.